10 mistakes people make for the first legal consultation. Firstly, not telling truth. You are simply wasting your time if you are not telling the truth. A lawyer could not help you if you are trying to hide everything, just like you do not allow the doctor to do any medical examination but want proper treatment. What you said to the lawyers is to be kept confidential, and it is protected by the legal privilege, so try to be more transparent. Lawyers are not here to judge you, they are here to help you. But they can only do that if you give them the whole truth. Hiding details or sugarcoating the facts, or even worse, lying outright, will almost always backfire. Because if your lawyers get blindsided in court or in negotiations, your case could collapse. And by the way, most lawyers will know if you are lying. They may sit there with a straight face, but don't underestimate the number of people they met in consultations and number of witnesses they observed during cross-examinations. People not telling truths has something in common, that is, their logic doesn't follow and the details don't match. If you are not prepared to tell the truth, just don't meet a lawyer. That being said, there is a distinction between civil law and criminal law, so you may hear the lawyer may say, "I don't want to hear that." That means you should stop speaking because what you are going to say next may incriminate yourself or constitute admission, which may result that they couldn't act for you. So the trick is answering the lawyer's question frankly and ensure that what you said will be true. Second mistake, no prepared list of questions. You are not coming to a lawyer's office to have a chat. You want your problems to be solved. Before doing so, the key is you understand what your questions are. Before the meeting, write down 3 to 5 key questions. That way you make sure you get clarity on things that matter most, not just whatever comes up in the moment. I would also encourage you to write an email saying, "I look forward to meeting with you on, for example, 23rd August, and here are some questions I would like to cover. ... 1, 2, 3. Lawyers may not reply, but believe me, 90% of them, they will check and bear those questions in mind. That will help you massively increase the efficiency of the dialogue with your lawyers during the consultation. For lawyers, they will also have a better understanding of your expectations. When you write down those questions, your mind also becomes clear as to the goals that you are trying to achieve and what are the real problems you are confronting. So it's actually important to both sides. The third mistake, fail to send any brief before the meetings. Before the consultation, you probably only speak 5 minutes with the receptionist for making the appointment, or you made the appointment online and haven't spoken to anybody. So the lawyers have no information as to who you are, what you have experienced, and what you want to achieve. Imagine a doctor's appointment where you don't share any medical history until you are in the room. It wastes half of the time. The same goes for law. If your lawyer asks for documents or a short background summary, send it before the meeting. It gives them time to review and think strategically instead of spending the first 20 minutes just catching up. You may wish to send them 1-page brief of the background facts. It doesn't need to be long, just about 200 to 400 words. That will help you avoid repeating yourself again and again during the meeting or forgetting to mention something important due to stress in the meeting. Fourthly, send overwhelming contents before the meeting. On the flip side, some people dump their lawyer with hundreds of pages of documents and endless emails. That's overwhelming. If you send too many documents, the chances are the lawyers may not read them. The lawyers charge by hourly rate. You pay for the consultation. You didn't pay for the lawyers to review volumes of documents. Reviewing those documents will cost you thousands of dollars. So as soon as lawyers become aware you try to take advantage of the few $100s spent and ask them to do legal work that's worth a couple of $1,000s, they won't allow this to happen. But you can keep things short. The lawyer may say to themselves, well, that's just 1 page. I'll take a look for free. The key is balance. Send a brief summary and most relevant documents only. Save the extra for later. Number 5, forgetting transfer the trust money before the meeting. Many lawyers require a trust deposit before the first consultation. So if you forgot to transfer it, you risk the meeting being delayed, shortened, or even cancelled. Double check payment instructions and handle it in advance. That way, you can focus fully on your case, not on logistics. When you see reminders for prior payment, do not disregard them and do not say, "I will pay you after the meeting." Since you've already decided to see them, why would you delay payment for an hour? This will only harm your experience. And also trust me, Lawyers know which clients have paid and which client haven't. Number 6, not taking notes. Going there with empty hand and forgetting to ask for a pen and paper to take notes. This one sounds small, but it matters. Too many people show up without anything to take notes. Then they end up forgetting half of what has been said. Always bring a notepad and a pen. You can use your phone or laptop, but physically writing notes keep you more focused and you will thank yourself later. Number 7, focusing too much on complaining things and focusing too little on telling facts. I get it, legal problems are stressful and emotional, but a legal consultation isn't a therapy. If you spend most of the meeting complaining and expressing how you emotionally feel, you lose valuable time. Instead, focusing on facts, timelines, and evidence. Your lawyer needs the information, not just the frustration. Number 8, relying on ChatGPT or searching results. Look, I love AI tools and online research, obviously. Relying on ChatGPT or a quick Google search instead of your lawyer legal advice can be dangerous. Your purpose is to receive professional human legal advice, not to confront your lawyer on why their answers differ from your AI research. Most lawyers will either feel being disrespected or will have to spend considerable time with you analyzing why ChatGPT answers are either incorrect, incomplete, or situational. That ends up with you wasting more time. Rather, what you can do is take notes of the answers provided by your lawyer and verify them against the ChatGPT answers after you return home. But remember, online answers are general. They don't take into account lots of factors such as jurisdiction, your documents, or your unique facts. Use online tool to get background knowledge, sure, but for actual legal advice, rely on your lawyer. This profession still exists for a reason. Number 9, forgetting about time. Don't be late, because you never know if it will be a back-to-back meeting after your session. Also, don't do overtime, especially you know that lawyers charge by hourly rate. Most legal consultation offers 40 to 60 minutes session, which in most cases are adequate enough to complete the primary assessment of your case. And here's a tip. Rehearse your story before the meeting. See how long it takes. Keep it clear, concise, and focused. You will get away most of your consultation. Number 10, not asking for a cost agreement for future works. This one is huge and most people forget it. Your first consultation is just the beginning. If you will need ongoing work, ask about costs upfront. Request a written cost agreement. This protects you from surprise bills and helps you budget realistically. Remember, good lawyers are transparent about their fees. Also, if you ask immediately after the legal consultation, you are most likely to get it by the next day. You don't have to sign the cost agreement, just keep it for your own records and compare the pricing. This is still valuable information. You probably will even get some discount because lawyers have already known about your case, and the cost agreement will not include the initial assessment. But if you ask them for the cost agreement weeks or months later, they will have to review everything all over again. And let me know in the comments what's your biggest concern about meeting a lawyer for the first time. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you in the next video.